You're listening to the Power Agent Blogcast, empowering agents to elevate their business to the next level.
Challenges are just a guide, leading you, don't run and hide. You've got the heart, you've got the drive, feel it pound your life. Power Agent.
Have you ever been in the middle of a really important life decision, maybe? Buying a car, planning a big renovation, or even just waiting for a package, and you get that knot in your stomach because you just...
Right.
Well, you don't know what's happening.
Oh, absolutely. That uncertainty, it can be really stressful.
Exactly. And that feeling, imagine it amplified like 1,000 times when it's about buying or selling your home. It's this huge transaction built on, well, immense trust.
It really is.
And our sources for this deep dive, they actually state pretty boldly that trust is the new currency in real estate.
That's a powerful way to put it.
Isn't it? It suggests that, without that trust, everything else an agent does, no matter how skilled they are, it just kind of loses its value. So what happens when that trust, that currency, gets devalued? And maybe more importantly, how can we actively build it up and, consistently show it? Okay, let's unpack this.
Precisely. And that's really our mission in this deep dive, to get under the hood of transparency and understand its critical role in building that trust you just mentioned. Wow. We're going to explore how making the real estate process, which is often pretty opaque, let's be honest, making it genuinely visible can actually revolutionize those client relationships. And it can seriously impact an agent's success too.
So where are we getting this info from?
Yeah, so we're drawing from specific excerpts, materials that discuss how transparency isn't just some buzzword, It's a strategic thing that builds trust and really drives referrals. And they highlight a platform called Rayse as a key example of this.
Rayse, okay.
Right. So our goal is to pull out those vital nuggets of knowledge, helping you see not just what works, but really why it's so powerful.
Okay, so let's start with something I bet a lot of agents and definitely clients have felt. That frustrating moment when a client just seems to go quiet, or maybe they get a bit suspicious, start second-guessing everything.
Yeah, that dreaded radio silence.
Exactly. And it's easy for an agent to think, okay, what did I do wrong? Is it me? Is it them? Are they just difficult? But our sources, they challenge that idea. They say something pretty insightful. It's almost always because they don't understand you.
Mm-hmm. That's a key shift in perspective.
It really is. It suggests it's not necessarily about personalities clashing or, lack of effort. It's deeper, maybe a fundamental breakdown in clarity.
It absolutely is.
Yep.
And it's a critical distinction to make. What's fascinating here is, well, how quickly that lack of clarity can be misinterpreted by a client. They might see it as a lack of effort, maybe poor communication, or even like a lack of care from the agent.
Which probably isn't the case at all most of the time.
Exactly. The sources call this an underlying process problem. Think about it from the client's view. They often don't know what's happening behind the scenes, or, crucially, they don't know what comes next. They just feel completely left in the dark.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when you're in a complex, high-stakes situation like buying or selling a home, and you don't know the steps, your mind naturally tries to fill in those blanks.
And usually not with good stuff.
Rarely. As the source says, the mind rarely fills those blanks with anything positive. So that naturally leads to doubt, anxiety, maybe even suspicion, no matter how talented or hardworking the agent actually is.
Yeah.
The silence from the client. It isn't necessarily disinterest. It's often just confusion, unease about the unknown.
So the agent could be working incredibly hard, but if the client can't see it,
it might as well not be happening from their perspective. That's the core of the process problem.
Wow, okay. That really reframes things. It moves it away from being a personal issue to more of a systems or communication issue.
Precisely.
So if that lack of understanding is the root problem, then clear, visible trust becomes the solution, not just, a nice-to-have bonus.
Exactly. It's the antidote.
And our sources really hammer home the value of trust, going way beyond just a warm feeling. They position it as a hard, measurable business asset. There's this quote, and it's so good I read it directly. You can be a 5-star negotiator. You can crush your listing presentations. But if your clients don't trust you, all of that talent stays locked behind doubt.
That really hits home, doesn't it?
It does. It just nails the core message. In today's real estate world, trust is what sells homes and builds careers. It's absolutely foundational.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, This isn't just about closing one deal. It's about building an enduring professional reputation, a sustainable career.
Right, the long game.
Exactly. The sources emphasize that trust isn't some soft skill agents can, opt in or out of. It's a direct, tangible driver for business outcomes.
Oh, so.
Well, think about it. A client might appreciate a smooth transaction, sure. But if they truly trust you, if they can see your effort, understand your process, that's when they become a real advocate for you.
Like the referral engine.
Precisely. When your buyers and sellers can literally see what you're doing, the proactive steps, the updates, the consistent effort, they start to believe in what you're doing. It's that visible action, that transparency, that builds genuine confidence. It proves your expertise.
Makes sense.
And that belief. As the sources put it, that's what makes you referral worthy. It turns a satisfied client into basically a free marketing department for your business, drives future success, establishes you as the go-to expert. Without that visible trust, even the best agent is kind of starting over with every new client.
Okay, so if this is fundamentally a process problem, like you said, then we need a process solution.
Logically, yes.
And that seems to be where our sources bring in this platform, Rayse. They describe it as, let me find the exact words, a powerful, affordable platform that gives real estate agents the superpower of visibility, control, and communication that clients crave.
Superpower. I like that.
Yeah. It's positioned as something pretty fundamental, not just another app. They even call it your trust translator. Now, that's a bold claim for a piece of technology. What makes it a trust translator?
It's actually a really fitting description, I think, for what it aims to do. It directly addresses that communication gap we were just talking about.
Okay.
So the platform, as highlighted in the sources, essentially takes all your behind-the-scenes hustle, all that work clients normally don't see.
Right. The coordinating, the chasing, the negotiating.
Exactly. And it turns it into visible, shareable, confidence-boosting client communication. Traditionally, clients only see the results, right? Not the exhaustive effort involved.
True.
So Rayse steps in to make that invisible work. Well, visible. It seems to have a dual function. First, it gives clients a visual step-by-step guide through the whole transaction, like a clear roadmap.
Which clients probably love.
Oh, definitely. But crucially, it also showcases an agent's value every step along the way. It makes sure the client is constantly aware of the agent's expertise, their proactive management. It's not just sending updates. It's about actively managing client anxiety and showing your value continuously.
Okay, so it's bridging that gap, translating the agent's effort into something the client can easily understand and feel good about.
Exactly, which leads to the question, how exactly does a platform like this provide that tangible visibility? How does it really transform the client experience?
So that's precisely what I want to dig into. How does Rayse actually become this game changer for client relationships? How does it make that hustle visible? This is where it gets really interesting because the sources point to specific features that directly build trust and, importantly, reduce stress for everyone involved.
Absolutely. And our sources highlight several key features that go beyond just basic updates. They're really focused on building that visible trust.
Okay, like what?
Well, first, there are real-time status updates. Think about a client waiting nervously to hear about their offer, or what happens after the inspection.
Yeah, constantly checking their phone, maybe.
Right, or calling the agent repeatedly. With a system like Rayse, apparently, that anxiety is cut way down. It shows clients exactly where they are in the process whenever they want to look.
So no more guessing, no feeling like they've been forgotten.
Exactly. No guessing, no ghosting, and no, did you forget about me? Thoughts, as the source puts it. They just log in and see, offer submitted, waiting for a response, or inspection set for Friday at 10 a.m. That immediate info is incredibly powerful. It empowers the client.
It's like package tracking, but for arguably the biggest purchase of your life. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Puts the client more in control of their own information flow.
Exactly. And complementing that are visual transaction roadmaps. This isn't just text updates, it's visual.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the platform creates a clear visual map of the entire journey. Clients can literally see the path from offer submitted through inspection scheduled, appraisal ordered, right up to closing docs signed.
So it demystifies the whole thing.
Precisely. What's often a really daunting, complex process becomes much clearer. It shows them where they've been, where they are now, and what's next. That alone is a huge confidence booster, reducing that overwhelming feeling.
Okay, that's the what and the where. But what about the how? The tone. Real estate is so personal.
Great point. Which brings us to fully customizable messaging. This is key. While the platform helps automate things, agents aren't just blasting out generic robotic messages.
Good.
Rayseless agents control the actual language, the timing, everything, so it always sounds like them, not some bot. This maintains their unique voice, their brand, their professionalism. It strengthens the relationship because it feels authentic.
So they can add their own personality, maybe explain things in their own words?
Exactly. Reassure clients in a way that feels genuine and personal, not canned.
And the result of all these features combined?
Well, the big one is significant stress reduction for everyone. It's a win-win. Nervous clients feel calmer because they're kept in the loop. They understand the path forward.
They're not left wondering.
Right. And on the other side, busy agents feel less hounded. Fewer just checking in calls and emails because they've already proactively communicated the status.
Which frees them up to do other important things.
Absolutely. Focus on negotiating, marketing, finding the next client, instead of just answering the same questions over and over. The sources sum up the philosophy behind it really well. You don't need to over-explain, you just need to over-communicate. And Rayse makes that easy, scalable, and automatic.
Over-communicate, not over-explain. I like that distinction. It sounds efficient, but also really client-focused. Okay, so for agents listening, this sounds great in theory, but how do they actually use this transparency effectively? It's one thing to have a tool.
It's another to wield it strategically. Okay.
Exactly. And our sources outline these 4 teaching moments as a guide for doing just that.
They do, and these are super practical. They turn the tool from just software into a real strategic advantage.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, set expectations early. The advice is clear. Use Rayse right from the start, like during the initial consultation or the listing presentation.
So introduce it up front.
Yes. It's not just saying, hey, I use this app. It's setting the standard for how you operate transparently, proactively. Imagine saying something like, here's how I keep you informed 24/7. Through Rayse, you can track our progress, see documents, know exactly what's next. You'll never have to guess.
Wow, that immediately builds confidence. It says, I value your peace of mind.
Exactly. It differentiates you right away and establishes trust from day one by showing how you'll communicate visibly.
That definitely sets a professional tone before things even get rolling. It changes the dynamic from the client just hoping for updates to them expecting clear, proactive communication.
Precisely. Okay, the second teaching moment is use it to reassure, not just inform.
What does that mean in practice?
So, when a client feels overwhelmed, maybe after a complex inspection report, or if there's a sudden hurdle, instead of just repeating info verbally, the agent can strategically point them back to the Rayse update.
Ah, okay.
The example dialogue is something like, I just added the appraisal update to your Rayse board. Take a look when you have a moment, and let me know if anything feels unclear.
Yeah.
This gives the client something concrete to focus on. They can process it at their own speed.
So it turns a potentially anxious moment into something more manageable, gives them a bit of control back.
Exactly. They can review the details, absorb it, then come back with focused questions instead of just reacting emotionally. It can act like a psychological reset button.
Giving them agency, not just data dump. I like that. And the third point, make it personal. That sounds crucial for relationship building.
Absolutely. While Rayse provides the structure, it empowers agents to customize messages to reflect their own voice and style. And there's a great pro tip in the source material here.
Oh.
It suggests, record a quick video clip explaining the next step in their board. Human plus helpful equals unforgettable.
Oh, that's brilliant. Like a little personal check-in.
Exactly. A short video explaining the next stage with your friendly face and reassuring tone. That makes the process feel much less cold or transactional. It builds familiarity, loyalty. It's using tech to amplify the human connection, not replace it.
That's a fantastic use of technology to enhance the personal touch. Okay, what's the fourth teaching moment? How does it tie this all together?
The fourth is simple but vital. Reference it often. This is all about adoption and making transparency a habit.
Because some clients might forget about it or not be super techie.
Right. The sources acknowledge that. But the idea is the more an agent consistently uses Rayse and points clients to it for every update, every document, every next step, the more clients will naturally engage with it.
They'll get used to it being the go-to place for info.
Exactly. They'll quickly see the value of checking it often. They'll be won over in a heartbeat. And the benefit is clear. Engaged, informed clients feel confident. They feel cared for. They stay close. This constant, visible interaction strengthens the relationship and keeps the agent top of mind, not just now, but for future business and referrals. It turns passive info into active engagement.
So it's really about managing the entire client experience, not just the transaction steps, which then builds the agent's reputation long term.
Precisely.
This makes me think bigger picture. The sources mention a partnership between Rayse and this organization, Power Agent. Why would an established group like that team up with a platform like Rayse? What's the mission alignment there?
That's a really important question because it gets to the strategic why behind a tool like this. What's fascinating here is seeing how Rayse aims to move beyond just, making deals smoother. It's about cultivating long-term careers and raising industry standards.
Right.
Our sources explain that Power Agents partnered with Rayse because their big mission is to help agents raise the bar in this industry, elevate the client experience, and be the difference.
Raise the bar, be the difference. Okay.
And they explicitly state that their members, these Power Agents, don't just chase commission checks. They build careers based on what they call the 4 R's: relationships, reputations, referrals, results.
Relationships, reputations, referrals, results. Got it.
So Rayse aligns perfectly with those values because it directly tackles one of the biggest gaps in the client-agent relationship: communication clarity.
Right. The core problem we started with.
Exactly. By providing transparency, it builds stronger relationships based on trust. That trust enhances the agent's reputation. A great reputation built on visible competence and care naturally leads to more referrals. And all that together, it drives consistent, positive results.
It all connects back.
It does. It shows why Rayse isn't positioned as just another shiny app. It's framed as a real solution to a fundamental industry challenge. And importantly, the sources note it's affordable, making it a must-have business builder for agents committed to those core principles of integrity and client experience. It's about building a business that lasts.
That makes perfect sense. It's about seeing technology as a way to enable those core values, investing in the long game of reputation and loyalty.
Okay, so we've dug into the trust issues, the power of transparency, how Rayse exemplifies this. So what does this all mean? What's the big takeaway for agents and clients in today's real estate world?
I think it signifies a really profound and honestly necessary shift in how real estate pros define and deliver value. Our sources use this fantastic analogy to sum it all up. They say, if trust is the new currency in real estate, then Rayse is your vault, your teller, and your fraud protection all in one.
Wow. Vault, teller, fraud protection. That's memorable, isn't it? It perfectly captures how it secures trust. The vault makes the value visible and accessible, the teller, and prevents those misunderstandings that erode trust. Fraud protection.
Okay, I get that.
So the ultimate call to action for agents is really clear and I think quite empowering. You already do the hard work. Now it's time to pull back the curtain and let your clients see it, feel it, and trust it.
I like the curtain. I like that.
It's an invitation to elevate their service by making their value undeniable. It's not just about changing processes. It's about transforming their professional identity and how they're perceived. Being transparent isn't just good practice anymore. It's maybe the most direct route to lasting success and real client loyalty.
That's a really compelling way to frame it. Leveraging the effort agents already put in, making it visible, and transforming relationships and careers in the process. Understanding that why behind client silence or suspicion and tackling it proactively with transparency, yeah, that seems like a true game changer, not just in real estate, maybe in lots of areas.
Absolutely. And, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to maybe chew on. If transparency really is this new currency in real estate, building trust and stronger bonds, what other industries could benefit from doing the same? Think about other service providers you use, maybe even projects within your own company or profession. Where else could pulling back the curtain, making processes visible, build stronger, more trusting relationships? How might that kind of radical transparency fundamentally change how we see value, how we build loyalty, how we foster confidence in those spaces?
That's a big question with potentially huge implications way beyond just property. Definitely something to think about.
For sure.
Well, this has been fascinating. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into real estate transparency and the vital role of visible trust. We really hope this exploration helps you continue to seek out and understand the power of informed perspectives in all parts of your life and work. Until next time.